Hello, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another Daily Talk. Today is day 4 of the Daily Talk segment, and I have a little bit of something to talk about. So, I've been uploading a lot of plaguing tutorials, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to become a tutorial person whatsoever. If anything, I'm going to put more cards in the deck because I like to make a lot of different types of content. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be playing some BO3 tonight, so I'm going to record that and try to upload some of that. I'm also going to keep doing some Plague Inc. tutorials as well, and tutorials in other games, just so that, I have like a tutorial out there. It might get some views, might help out. But I'll also be putting out like videos that I do like. Because it's not that I don't like making tutorials, I do. It's just I also like something that I can kind of like joke around in a little more, right? Which, right here, I can't really do that. I can, but it's not going to be as funny because I have more of a dry sense of humor, so you're just going to think I'm being serious. If you don't know dry sense of humor, I'm not going to laugh whenever I'm making a joke, which kind of works really good for shorts, because for the most part, I can just look like it, like I am genuine with whatever I'm saying, even if it sounds completely like delusional. But it works really well. So yeah, my thing's more of like I need to do a little more of timing with it, editing, stuff like that. So I can't just like right now without editing this add a joke, But like say the opening where I don't know. I guess there are some parts, but I don't really like to edit the video. Not the daily talk. We got to keep it pure. That way I'm genuine. Because if I'm editing it down, then how do you know I didn't say something racist in here or something? That was kind of a joke, but you never know. There are YouTubers that do all types of crazy shit, but I'd like to stay somewhat genuine with my audience. This segment I figured would be kind of fun because always, like growing up, I watched a lot of PewDiePie and Markiplier, right? And like Jacksepticeye and shit. But I always thought it'd be cool if they would have started doing like a vlog thing, kind of like I'm doing right now, whenever they were starting off. Because I really wish I could have like watched them like document their YouTube process. Like that would have been fucking awesome to watch. But this is basically that segment that I wanted, that I wish a lot of content creators would do. Though I do get like some people try to separate like their work life from their you know YouTube life, but I mean, for the most part, like, I don't really have anything, like, that I hold too awful sacred to me other than my family, right? So, I say it's okay. Just have fun, make content, and keep the audience in the loop somewhat. Let me light this thing back up. Yeah, so my cold sore's still there, but it's mostly gone. It's starting to dry up. I can't really feel it, but it is still kind of annoying because every once in a while I go to like kind of moisten my lips because it's really cold out, so it gets dry. So I could try to like moisten it, and then I feel the cold sore, and I'm like, fuck. I just touched the cold sore with my tongue, which is not a good feeling. Now, I'm still uploading 2 to 3 shorts a day on this channel. I have been uploading more on certain days, but I feel like 2 to 3 is plenty enough for today. That gives me a little bit more room to either upload to Gebleton, which I don't always upload to. That one's like scripted shit. That one's my I actually kind of work on that channel. Like how do I put it? Like this channel would be like, I guess, my right wing side, which is like very intrusive, right? So it's like if I think of a video idea or something like that, then I'm immediately working on it. I'm not sitting back and all that. But Gebleton's a little more of like left wing, where it's a little more strategized, a little more logical, where it's like, yeah, we're going to write down a whole script. We're gonna have these specific stock videos. We're gonna talk like this with this accent. We're gonna do this timing. We need this music, this sound effect. All these specific factors that this channel just purely just doesn't need. And I learned that from doing shorts on this channel, that I can literally sit there with a camera and think of ideas. So it's not like I'm just sitting there. I do also write down like a bunch of the ideas, but I just write down like one word because for the most part I can remember it. Let me see. Can you read that, or is it in reverse? Can't really read it. So I just have a bunch of random stuff written down. Like I have paradox BNF, which I still remember what that means, but I'm not going to explain it. So I got like some of the other ones like calling dream. I have how-tos, like how to tie shoes. This was Timmy. I did like that one. But yeah, I just kind of write down like one word, one or two words, and I save it for me for later. But I mostly start doing that around 10 a.m. because I've mentioned it before, but I get up at 8 or not 8 a.m. I get up at around 9 to 10 p.m., right? And then I start doing some shorts, and then I work on a video, like a long form video, and then I do the daily talk, and then I work a little bit on Gebleton, or I do more shorts for this channel. And then whenever I get to 10 a.m., I grab my paper and I start writing down more ideas for tomorrow. So, or I guess it wouldn't be tomorrow, it'd be the same day, but in my perspective, it's tomorrow because, yeah, my sleep schedule is the polar opposite of most people's. But it comes with the grind set, right? No, I get such a surge of energy as soon as it hits midnight. They've told me I have insomnia, but I don't know. I just don't like to sleep at night. But I will admit, as soon as it hits like daylight, I'm just fucking out. Like I start getting exhausted and everything. Though I can hold out a few hours if I'm getting stoned, because then you start getting to a point where you start feeling drunk because you're like really tired and you're also really stoned. And so it's like, whoa, which is, pretty awesome. Which also kind of contributes to ideas. So that's cool. No, not promoting it, but I'm kind of promoting it. I shouldn't do that though. If you don't smoke anything, that's good too. I didn't plan on smoking anything in my life. I only started smoking weed for wolf bite syndrome, which sounds funny, but it's like my fingertips. Here, you can kind of see right here. It's been a long time. It's been a couple of years, but it's a little bit it's got a weird shape to it. You can tell there's kind of like healed over skin, but it's healed over. But it's kind of bulged out right there from where I used to chew through my finger. I had to get down to the bone, and I do that through all my fingers, near the fingertips and shit. But it was something I would do without noticing I was doing it. I wouldn't feel it or anything. It was apparently something to do with hyperactivity, so it's like my brain going crazy, and it's like overstimulated, and I needed something to calm me down. And so like the only thing was to fidget, chew on some or whatever. Which at one point the doctors mentioned maybe trying out marijuana because it could help with some of those pathways, and it gives me something else to switch with it. Because beforehand they mentioned gum, and then I was eating so much gum a day that it became like kind of a bad habit because of how much sugar and how much like it was corroding my teeth and all that. So I've always had an addictive personality in a sense, but marijuana kind of helps with that. And it helps me focus, which is something that's really useful because in high school I did like robotics and coding and stuff like that, and I always found that stuff like really fun, but I could never really pay attention. I honestly kind of wish I could go back to freshman year and just start smoking, like because I never smoked until I got like out of high school, basically. And so like, yeah, I know if I would have started off high school smoking weed, I would have been a lot more interested in school. I'd be like genuinely asking questions because Something about it. It's a little more of like, yeah, there's something to that. Yeah. Let's just say, like, I guess the best way I could put it is you don't want to be that guy that sees that we're related, that we're in the same family branch as monkeys and be like, whoa, that's insane. Because, it's something that a lot of people know, right? But it's like, at the same time, you have to have a little bit of that whoa so that you have a drive to learn in that field. And it makes it to where it holds and sticks in your memory better, which is honestly a technique I've been using for a while to learn, like coding and shit, which I thought about doing on this channel. Probably won't. That's probably going to be a Gebleton thing because it's a lot more like, yeah, that's a lot more thinking involved in that one than this channel. But yeah, that's probably about it for my daily talk. Y'all have a good one.